Hi dear students, this is the lesson 17 and we are going to study about the angles between two lines. For finding the angles between two lines, we are going to use the inclinations, and inclination means we are going to use the slope at the same time. We are going to solve the question by using the slope, and the formula is tangent theta. Here this angle is theta, where theta is equal to theta plus beta should be equal to alpha. This is sum of two interior angles is non-adjacent exterior angle. So theta, it should be equal to alpha minus beta. This is the formula. And when we apply this formula for the tangent here, tangent alpha minus beta, it should be equal to tangent alpha, which is inclination, which is slope of the first line, minus tangent beta, which is tangent beta, over 1 plus tangent alpha times tangent beta, which is m1 minus m2 over 1 plus m1 times m2, which is alpha minus beta is equal to tangent theta, and it's equal to m1 minus m2 over 1 plus m1 times m2 it should be. And here the formula is given in absolute value. We are finding always the acute angle because there are two angles here. One of them is acute angle, the other one is obtuse angle. And acute angle for the tangent theta always greater than 0 it should be, and tangent beta, we know that it's going to be negative. Actually the values are additionally inverse. Additionally inverse means if this is 1, then this should be minus 1, and if this is 2, this should be minus 2, so it should be like that. Okay, then here in the formula it repeats that one also. There are two angles between them, alpha plus beta, we know that theta plus beta, it is 180. This remark reminds about that one. That's why we are applying absolute value to find the acute angle. Okay, now we are going to continue with this question, and we are going to find the measure of angles between the lines. I'm going to write directly the formula. Tangent theta is equal to, in absolute value, m1 minus m2 over 1 plus m1 times m2. And then here we know that from the first one, the m1 is equal to minus 2 and m2 is equal to 3 it should be. Let's replace the values in the formula, which is equal to minus 2 minus 3, the formula minus 2 minus 3, not minus 3, pardon, minus 2 minus 3, divided by 1 plus m1 times m2 is equal to minus 2 times 3, it should be minus 2, it should be in parentheses. Then the result is going to be equal to, absolute value of minus 5 over 1 minus 6. Then it's going to be equal to minus 5 over minus 5. Then it's equal to minus 5 over minus 5. It's equal to 1 it becomes, and the absolute value of 1, it should be equal to 1, which means that tangent theta is equal to 1. Then if tangent theta is equal to 1, we need to remember for which angle the tangent value was 1, and we know that tangent theta should be 45 degree. Then angle between them is 45 degree. But again, I need to remind you about that one. There are two angles between the lines. This is the 45 one, and the other one is equal to 135 degree. And we remember that tangent 135 is equal to minus 1 it was. But as I mentioned, always we are finding the acute one. Actually, when we find the acute one, we can find the obtuse one at the same time. Okay, let's continue with the second question. Again, the same type of question. The m1 here, it's equal to root 3, and m2 is equal to minus root 3. Then we are going to find the angle between them, which is tangent theta is equal to m1 minus m2 over 1 plus m1 times m2 it should be in absolute value. Let's replace the values. which is equal to root 3 minus root 3 divided by 1 plus root 3 times minus root 3, it has to be, and when we close the parentheses, it should be like this. Then root 3 plus root 3 it should be, because minus and minus, it should be plus root 3 plus root 3 divided by 1 minus, because there's minus here, root 3 times root 3, it's equal to 3. Then it's going to be equal to 2 root 3 divided by minus 2, it should be. This is equal to absolute value of minus root 3 when you simplify. Then it's going to be equal to root 3. So tangent theta, it should be equal to root 3, which means that theta is equal to 60 degrees, because we know that for tangent theta is 60, for tangent 60, the value, it is root 3, and here there are two angles, as I mentioned before. One of them is 60, the other one is 120. It should be the first one is 60, the other one is 120, it should be. Okay, the next one. This time the angle it is given between them, and it is asking to find the m value. Here, m value, and here it is equal to 30 degrees. This is, and we are going to find the slope of the line, which is equal to m here. And the second one, it is given root 3, and y is equal to root 3. You know that it is parallel to x-axis. If I draw the here x-axis and this is y-axis, then the line here, which is y is equal to root 3, it is passing through the root 3. The slope of this line, since there is no x in the formula, there is no coefficient of x, which is becomes 0 here. So m of this one, it's going to be equal to slope of this one, it should be equal to 0. So the second one, we don't know, but the angle between them, it is 30 degrees. So what it's going to be, here the m2 is equal to m, and m1, it should be equal to 0 now. And with respect to this one, tangent theta is equal to m1 minus m2 over 1 plus m1 times m2, it has to be, which is tangent 30 here. It is given. It's equal to m1 is equal to 0 minus the value is m all over 1 plus 0 times m, it has to be. Then this is going to be here like in absolute value. Since this is 0 here, tangent 30, it's going to be equal to 1 over root 3. 1 over root 3 is going to be equal to minus m in absolute value over 1, it should be, because this part is going to be 0 here. 1 plus 0 times m, it should be equal to 0. We know that one. Then this is going to be equal to 1 over root 3. It should be equal to absolute value of m. Absolute value of minus m, it should be equal to m. Then we have two options here. The m value, it will be equal to, m will be equal to 1 over root 3, 1 over root 3, or m will be equal to minus 1 over root 3. This is because of the absolute value, and acute and obtuse angle also, that cause acute and obtuse angle. That's why also it will get two different values. One of them, if it is root 3 over 3, it's going to be like this, and the other one, it should get this one, minus root 3 over 3. Then the mx, root 3 over 3x, and minus root 3 over 3x I'm talking about. So both has the angle, acute angle 30 degree in this case.